What's up, YouTube fans? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Zeta Toys Blitzkrieg, their version of Onslaught. So I'm doing this as a live review. I didn't even post this ahead of time. I just figured I'd do this, and we'll see if anyone joins here. I'm going to be comparing the Zeta Toys Blitzkrieg to the Unique Toys Kalecgos. So the whole point of this is to kind of show the differences and similarities, and I'll kind of explain why I got this. Here's the box. It's absolutely gigantic. So here, I'll give you a little size comparison. Here is our trusty old Hasbro Blue Streak. Okay, and there he is next to the box. It's just an absolutely gigantic box. So this is what you get with the Zeta Toys. Here's an image of the vehicle mode, and on the back you got kind of a combined mode. And that's really it. And on this side you got a robot mode. But absolutely gigantic. The reason this is so big is it comes with pretty much everything you need for combined mode. So it comes with the feet, it comes with the hands, it comes with everything you need to make the combined mode. So let's take a look. So here is Zeta Toys Blitzkrieg in vehicle mode. Now I want to kind of show how big this is. So here is, actually, you know what we'll do is we'll bring in some of the other figures from Unique Toys. This is the only version I have, the only figure I have from Zeta Toys. So here he is with the Unique Toys version of Brawl. And it's pretty, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's just, I don't know, there's something about the Unique Toys version. Here's the Unique Toys version. There's something about the Unique Toys version that I really like in terms of the vehicle mode. So here they are together, kind of side by side. Let me get all these other figures out of the way. And you can see here, that's kind of how they look. I just like the way this is designed, the Unique Toys. I like the look of it, paint on it. For whatever reason, this one feels a little cheap to me. Now, the reason I'm doing this review, I guess let's talk about that. Hey, what's going on? Oh, it's a little dark. Okay. So hold on a second, guys. See if I can fix that. I'm doing this on the fly, so this is going to look a little funny. How's that? Hopefully that's a little bit better. I've been messing with my camera, and the lighting has been off, and I just recently discovered that I was able to do it. So let's see, maybe I can make it even brighter. Sorry guys, this is just recent. I figured out how to make this work, and let's see if that's any better. All right, hopefully that's a little bit brighter for you guys. So the reason I'm doing this review is a fan contacted me and told me that he's making a kit for this guy. So basically it'll allow you to combine the Zeta Toys torso, so which includes this guy, with all of the limbs from the Unique Toys figure. So here is just for example, one of the Unique Toys figures. So this is their version of Brawl. Here's their version of Blastoff. This was always a stupid problem with this thing, but I like the vehicle mode. The robot mode for this isn't great, but there's those two. And then we got the others. This one's pretty good. This is one of my favorites here. Their version of, they call him Gazranka, but this is Swindle. And we got one more. And I got this guy in limb mode, but this is their version of Vortex. So I'm pretty excited to review this kit. One of my viewers is going to actually build it and send it to me. So I wanted to review this guy ahead of time just to kind of see the differences. But here you can kind of see them side by side. And hopefully that's bright enough. But they're definitely different looks to them. You know, this is for sure is bigger. It's a lot bigger figure. Yeah, it's got bigger tires, bigger pretty much everything. And even longer. Every dimension is bigger on the Zeta toys. And that's actually one of the key issues, right? A lot of people didn't like the Unique Toys combined mode because it was too small, especially compared to the Toy World. You know, the Toy World Devastator was pretty big. And so when you put this guy next to that Toy World Devastator, it just looks a little small. So that's kind of what this kit will allow you to do. Allow you to take this body, this torso, and combine it. So I'm excited to do that, but let's take a look at this guy. And you do have some features here in vehicle mode. You get to kind of fold these down here as a ramp. That, and then you can kind of drive stuff up there. That's pretty cool. He also has an alternate ramp that it comes with. I'm not gonna do it, but it does come with this, and you can set this up with the figure. But let's just leave that out for now. That's pretty much it for. You do get articulation here, so you can. This is a really strong ratchet, but you can articulate this pretty much in any direction you want. So, and it's kind of. I don't know. One thing about this figure, and I know the sound here, that ratchet's probably really loud on the camera. But one thing about this, it doesn't feel solid to me. It just feels like it's kind of floppy and things are coming apart. But I totally understand once it's in combined mode, that's where this thing shines. And that's where it's really a solid chunk, a solid lump. And I think that's what people are really liking with the Zeta Toys figures. And so that's why I'm trying to review how this guy comes together with the other figures. I don't have the kit yet. It's coming. So I haven't seen any questions or anything on there. So if you want to see this with other figures, I will show that. But right now I'm going to get this guy transformed into vehicle mode. I'm going to do it live on camera. We're going to do it live. I don't know if anyone ever saw the O'Reilly Factor, the guy from O'Reilly Factor. He went crazy on camera, and he basically got mad at his crew. He's like, "We're gonna do it live!" And he yelled at them. Anyway, so you can kind of fold these in here, and it's got a pretty easy transformation. It's not too complicated. Oops, I already messed it up. Fold these in, and they kind of only go one way, so you got to get this little tab in there. Fold those in. And then it's a really long bed. Like this thing is gigantic. And then fold that in. You can lift these up here. Actually, before you do that, leave that loose. Open up these panels here. And open up these panels here. And now you can move the legs up. Let's split this. And pull out this panel and this panel. Now you can fold the legs out and put this back in. Close that back up. Close this back up. And then same on this side. Open it up. Close this up. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You guys are saying stuff. So I've got things are kind of set up. I've got my computer on this side over here, and I'm doing a review over here. So every once in a while, I'm taking a look over at the comments to see what you guys are saying. So I might not catch every little thing that you say, so I apologize in advance if I miss anything that you guys are asking. But I am going to try to get to any requests or any comparisons that you want to see. Now let me get this guy transformed. So you pull the feet out here in the bottom. And if you're just joining us, I'm doing this review so that we can look at the kit that Omar ZL. Omar ZL is one of the. He's actually on TFW 2005, but he's also on YouTube. He goes by Omar ZL, and he's going to be sending me a kit to basically to customize this and combine the Zeta toys with the unique toys. So that's what I'm doing here. Get those pushed up. For now, you can just kind of leave this sitting here. I don't really like the feel of this in hand. It doesn't feel masterpiecey to me. I think when you get it, once you get it into combined mode, it definitely feels better. Feels more solid, but in this mode, it doesn't feel that way to me. That's my opinion. You know, I know a lot of people really like this figure. So pull these up. Oh, no, I got that backwards. Pull these up this way, up the back, and then pull this down, and you can get this whole thing sitting there. This is another problem here. So there's two tabs here, and it's supposed to tab in on the top here, and it just doesn't really fit in solidly. It kind of gets stuck. Pull those up, and now you can split. I can split this apart. Like that. And these arms you can bring down. Bring this down. And these are a little bit floppy to me too. I don't want to complain about this too much, but honestly, it doesn't feel great to me. But I am excited about seeing how this looks in combined mode altogether. Bring this down here. And there you have arms. I'm sure I forgot something. And then you pull up the head, and it's probably better with a tool, but you can just pull it up with your fingers. And then you kind of have a choice for the chest. So you can either flip it around this way, and that gives you the plain chest. I like the colored chest better. I think this looks a little bit cooler. Otherwise, it's just a very, very plain box. Doesn't have too much on them. Yeah, so I only have the Zeta toys Onslaught. I don't have any of the other figures. I just bought this for the sole purpose of combining them with the unique toys, and for doing this review. But that's really the only reason I bought it. If it doesn't work or it doesn't look good in the fully combined mode, I'm probably not going to keep it. But I kind of prefer the unique toys. Right. So is that it? I think I got him transformed here. So here he is in robot mode, and he does come with a gun. So let's get out the gun. Here's his gun. So it's painted right here. It's got some blue paint. That's about it. I don't think this is paint. I think it's just molded plastic. But that fits right in his hand. It doesn't have the tab like most of the Masterpiece figures today, but it does have that. And you can kind of get him in some poses, but one of the things that bothers me about this figure is the A stand. So it's either like this, straight up. The next click over is like that, and it's pretty wide. I don't know. It's one of my pet peeves. But you can get him in good, nice, dynamic poses. You know, it's not a problem at all. And it does look good. So there he is with his gun. And I do like the chest, so there's a chest up close, so you can see that. Here's the back. And he's got some detail, but I do feel like the Unique Toys version's got a little bit more detail and paint on him compared to this one. But that's basically him in robot mode. So let's get, and he's a little bit unstable. So the reason he's unstable is these back feet. And I don't think I've got anything wrong here, but the back of the feet are kind of short, the end right here. So he doesn't have a lot holding him up. So you just have to balance him a little bit better. And I get the draw with the Zeta toys. I know that they're really good in combined mode, but in the robot mode, I just don't feel like it's there. So here's the Unique Toys version. Let's get this guy. Now this is going to take a little bit, so bear with me. So open up these panels here. Open up these. And you can split the legs. Yeah. Fold all that up. I haven't transformed this guy in a while, so it's possible I get it wrong. And I like his big honking feet. And the reason I like them, I know they look a little big, but the reason I like them is it makes him stable. It really helps him to stand straight and flat. And you don't have that same problem with the A stance being so wide on this one. Let's get going here. So you can unplug that. And I think we want to split this here. So they do have a very similar transformation in terms of the way it comes. Uh-oh. It's a little part there. So let's see. Yeah. So you can split those apart. Pull that arm down. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So it looks like I lost a pin. Here's a pin. Well, that sucks. This is the first time I've broken something live on camera. Well, here it goes. Looks like well, maybe the pin just fell out. Looks like the pin broke. That sucks. I'm gonna leave that over there as an example. None of you break. The rest of you, stay together. All right, so going back to this, yeah, I don't know what happened there. That's the first time I've had an issue with this thing. Pull these down, and this whole thing comes down like that. And this is why I don't transform on camera. Things break when you do this. Now we can put this guy. Now we're going to get this over here. Yeah, something's wrong here. Oh. This is what happens when you don't transform it for a few months. Well, I definitely got something wrong here. This is not this is not how you transform it. Well, we're getting there. All right, so we can open up his arms, put his hands around, move this back up. I do like the arms on this. I like the fact that he's got these little, the edge of his truck is the end of his arms, which is kind of cool. Same thing on this side. Open that up, flip around. I like that little sequence. It's kind of cool. There you go. And we got to get his head out here. So pull that back. Flip his head up, turn that around. I actually do. I do prefer this head, even though he's got the translucent, which I'm probably going to end up painting the red versus just leaving this translucent red. I do prefer the look of his head over the Zeta toys. There we go. Let's get this on around. All right, we did it. I know that was a mess. I'm sorry. We broke it as we were going. So as we lost basically this piece right here, and it looks like it's just a pin. I just got to put the pin back in. Maybe the pin got loose, but anyway, there he is next to Zeta Toys. What's his name? Blitzkrieg. Their names are always weird. So he's Blitzkrieg. Uh-oh. Jesus. That thing's falling off here. So here's a little headlight that's falling off. Let's see, where was that? Oh, here we go. That was in the back of the truck. That looks like it just fits right back in. So I think we can just put that back in. Anyway, here is Zeta Toys, and he's obviously much bigger. Let's be fair and give Unique Toys his gun. And he came with this, which is kind of cool. Now you can, this converts into the Bruticus gun. That's why they give this to you. And I think this right now is in the Onslaught mode. So I need a tool. Nice thing to have is these little tools right here. These things definitely help you out when trying to get something open or it's stuck or whatever. So you can have that. And there's a gun. That in his hand. There you go. Now you could probably make the smaller one for this, but I do like the variation on this guy. He's got a lot of different paint and a lot of different, sculpting and line details. This one is a little bit more plain. Maybe you could argue this is more cartoon accurate. But the biggest difference is the size. This is a lot bigger. So here's a quick size. So this is 10.5 inches to the top of his head. And the Unique Toys is 10 inches. So it's half an inch taller just from the head. And then I don't have his guns on him. So let's get that on there real quick. And just set them off to the side here. And these just sort of peg in on the back. Like that. There you go. So with those, it's definitely a lot bigger. And that it kind of explains why the combined mode is a lot bigger. By the way, this is the first time I am streaming live from my camera. I tried it with my phone a couple weeks ago, and today I'm using my camera. So let me know what you think of the picture and the sound and the colors. This is literally the first time I'm doing this. I tested it out yesterday or two nights ago, and it worked okay, but I'm not sure how it's looking today or how it sounds today. So appreciate it if you let me know how it looks. But so with these two guys, my preference, and I know a lot of people like the Zeta, but my preference in robot mode and in vehicle mode is definitely the Unique Toys. I just like the look of it. I think it's got a little bit more detail. So here's him up front. Now I do have the Decepticon logo on him, so that's a little bit cheating because this guy doesn't have it. But if you just look close, he's just got a lot of little details, little pieces of paint. And then if you look at the back, so here's the back of this guy. A lot of panels and stuff sticking off. Like his arms especially are really just bulky, kibbly. I don't know what the word is, but it doesn't feel, that's so heavy. It doesn't feel masterpiecey to me. This feels masterpiecey to me. It's a little bit heavier. It's got some die cast, but combined mode is where I think people probably have the biggest difference. So here they are next to Toys. Yeah, see, this guy's back heavy. fall down. Good. There they are next to Toy Swindle. And here is their ball. Yeah. So I'm interested. I want to see how this thing looks when we combine the Zeta toys with the Unique toys. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm convinced. So let's bring out the combined parts. Let's take a look at those. So here is the Zeta toys torso. Now this thing is just ridiculous. By the way, this guy's falling down on me. I don't know what to do. Let's get these guys out of the way for a second. So here's the torso. I mean, this thing is freaking gigantic. It's bigger than the figure. And it looks really good, right? So if you look up close, you got a lot of nice detail on the body here. Some panel work. You got these vents or these tubes here. A lot of nice paint. It looks great. You know, I like the look of it. But here's my problem. Oh, let's get the head out of here. That actually goes on the top. The head's not bad. Here's the head. So here's my problem. Right? Where do you see this guy when you put him in here? You really don't. Right? Once you put him in, you basically open up all this stuff and you slide him in the back here. I'm not going to do it. Well, maybe I will do it. But you basically slide him into the back here. And then you fold up all these panels, fold that down. And by the time you're done, it's hidden away. You can't see any of this guy. It's pretty much gone. Right? Because the sides are covered, the front's covered. A lot of the back is covered except for this one piece. All you see is the back of this guy scrunched up into a ball inside his back, right? And then the waist is all this thing. The thighs are all this thing. And I totally get it. I get why this makes sense for a combiner. It's stronger. It articulates better. It's more stable. But I just can't get over this completely faux chest, faux body. Like, you don't even need this. You really could have just built the entire body. Why not just make a statue? Just make a statue of, not a statue, I'm sorry, an articulated figure of Bruticus that has tons of articulation, and don't even bother making it a transform. Just make it really solid like this with lots of paint. It's a good looking detail, good articulation, and then you don't need to worry about the butt mode. That's kind of what I feel about this, but I'm still going to review it. I'm still going to look at the kit that comes with the kit that this third-party guy is making, and we'll see how that turns out. So let's see if I can get this in here. I don't even know if I can do this to camera. I'm going to try. Yeah, this is completely parts forming, guys. So everything about this is parts forming. The Unique toys also had a little bit of parts forming. Let me just show you that real quick. We're not going to be on too long, guys, because it's late, and I'm just wanted to show you some differences here. But here's where I think this is where people buy Zeta toys. So here, this is the Unique toys, the smaller one, and this is the Zeta toys. I mean, look at the difference here. It's just so much bigger. And then on the bottom, this is all die cast. This is all metal. This is the Unique toys. It's all plastic. It's got this pad piece that came with it. But this just feels like a solid chunk. Right? And that's where Zeta toys, the beauty of Zeta toys is this kind of stuff. Right? It's just a solid piece. So I kind of feel like I want the Zeta toys feet. Okay, and here's the hands. So let's take a look at the hands real quick. So again, here's Zeta toys, and here's Unique toys. Obviously, again, just a size difference, but the Zeta toys one is just really solid. It feels really good. Unique Toys one doesn't feel bad either, but it's got this sort of soft plastic, whereas this is really solid. It's got some nice paint on it. It's I feel like you could hold something significant with this hand. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about these feet and these hands and this nice solid torso being able to combine with all of these guys, the Unique Toys guys. I'm really excited for that. But anyway, there's a look at the feet. We're not going to get this into the combine mode today because obviously I don't have the rest of the Zeta Toys combiner. But just wanted to show this off. You know, these are really nice parts. It's very solid. And also for comparison, here is the chest plate. So this is the chest plate that came with Unique Toys. And it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with this. I like it. And it does come apart, and you can kind of make this into different pieces of parts that fit onto the figure. You can also use Blastoff's chest, this piece right here, as part of the chest. And you can combine this with other parts to make, then you take his wings off. And that makes the alternate chest piece. So we'll see, you know, if there's a way to combine. I don't think there is, but when we get the kit, we'll see if there's a way to combine the Unique Toys chest, because I kind of like this. Now the guy is sending me an alternate chest, so he's actually 3D printing a new chest piece for the kit that he's sending me, and I think he's even painting it. But I really like this. I think this is a good-looking chest. If there was a way to retrofit this onto this, I think that's the best way to go. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. Anyway, so that's kind of the difference with the chest. This does have a lot more paint on it, so I think people appreciate paint and the sculpt. And no doubt about it, this has a great sculpt, great stability. You know, you look at this, you've got that awesome ratchet joints in every direction. Everything is just solid. You know this combiner's not going anywhere. I just can't stand the completely faux everything. That sort of drives me nuts. Right, so let's get all these parts out of here. But that's sort of the difference between the arms and the hands, the feet and the hands, and the chest, and everything else. I think we showed off the guns. Here's his gun. You can get his gun back. Oh, this thing does come apart. Actually, I didn't show these. So these come apart. Oops. Here goes another part coming apart here, but luckily it just goes right back together. Let's see. Hopefully it goes back together. Let's see. There we go. So these extend for Ludicrous mode, and then they kind of separate and they go on the back of this guy. But in Onslaught's mode, you just kind of stick them together, and then that goes on his back here. And that's not too bad. But I definitely prefer this military green color over this, whatever color this is. This guy's definitely falling down. I don't know what the deal is there. He does not want to stand up. Is something wrong? Tell me if I've got something wrong. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Got his feet out. He just keeps falling backwards. And that's the advantage of having gigantic feet like this. You know, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, I agree. Unique Toys kind of screwed up with this guy. This wasn't great. You know, I'll just show you. That articulation kind of stinks. And it doesn't feel good either in your hand. It looks okay, you know, as an arm. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't feel good, and it's very hard to articulate. It kind of gets in its own way. So for sure, I agree with you, Hugh, that these last two releases weren't strong. think it was that one and their blast off. It looks okay in vehicle mode, but in robot mode, it's kind of weak. But I think this is a good look. I don't have any problem with this. It's good. So, I mean, that's really it, guys. I just wanted to show you the difference between these two figures. And really, this is a prep for the upcoming video where we combine these together. I think I might do a live one for that one, so you guys can ask questions and I can show you comparisons. I'll probably pull in Toy World's Devastator as a comparison. Now, we're going to have to get the camera way back so you can see all that. But if there's no other questions, I'm probably going to end here. If you want to see any other comparisons, other figures, I don't have any of these guys transformed. They're all in vehicle mode. But if you want to see anything else, let me know, and I'll bring something in here. Otherwise, we're going to end here. So I'll wait for a minute while you guys tell me what you want to see. Yeah, that guy is not solid. He's got a little pea shooter. There's his gun. It's tiny. Why don't we bring in Megatron? So here's Megatron, and he's kind of posed. So let's get him all straightened out. So there they are next to Megatron. I don't know. Size-wise, maybe this makes sense. You know, he was a pretty big truck. But I got to go back and look at the cartoon. I don't have that on hand right now, the image. To me, I feel like this is a better looking robot. It's sort of a meld of G1 looking, but with a modern look to it. What's happened to his arm here? Something wrong. Oh, I don't have this pegged in. There we go. Yeah, so that's what I like about these Unique Toys ones. They've got that G1 look, but they've also got that little bit of stylization. You know, a little bit of that. Give it that masterpiece feel, masterpiece look. A little bit of paint, a little bit of line work, a little bit of detail. And this one to me is just it's too plain. The chest is nice, but it's really. I don't have Jinbao Gravity Builder. So I stopped collecting and I stopped reviewing KOs. I don't really have any KOs anymore. And my last giveaway, when I had to hit the 2,000 subscribers, I gave away my KO MP Exhaust. That was about the only KO I had left. I've got maybe 2 more, but those are the Seekers. And I'm going to keep those. I'm not getting rid of those. So no, sorry, I don't have the Jinbao. Let me bring in a vehicle here. One last comparison, then we'll get out of here. Here is X-Transbot's Crack Up, their version of Breakdown. And I mean, that thing is gigantic. But they're not meant to be together. These are totally different scales. But here you go. To me, I feel like this is the better scale and masterpiece. But to each his own. I know people have different preferences. People have different subjective reasons why they like this guy. But to me, in robot mode and in vehicle mode, this is definitely the winner. Combined mode, and we're going to get to that. So when we get that kit, I'll put both of these into combined mode so you can see the differences. We'll compare them. We'll have them all set up with the other combiners, and we'll take a look at them. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm definitely going to be reviewing that kit soon. As soon as it gets shipped. It's coming from South America, of all places. So it might take a little while to get here. But As soon as I get that, we're gonna show that off and show how it works, show how it combines together. All right, guys, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I think what I have coming up is what do I have coming up? Fans Toys. So I've got a whole bunch of Fans Toys stuff on the way. I've got Fans Toys Jabber, which is their version of Blur. I've got the Fans Toys Motormaster. I forgot their name for it. And then I've got the Fans Toys Superion, their version of Silverbolt. So a lot of good stuff on its way, and those are all combiners, which is kind of cool, other than Jabber. So, but that's really it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time, guys.